Hello everyone. Today we can discuss over how to deal with toxic people. These folks can be anywhere. They can be your family member, friends, colleagues, or will be there in a society where you live. And the kind of way how they present it may annoy you or irritate you. So there are a couple of things which we need to figure it out how we can deal with toxic people. The first and the foremost important thing is if they are yelling at you due to some reason, do not yell back or do not show any anger. That is the one thing and the foremost thing we must avoid. Treat them with humble, keep your ears open, and see if that can be taken into conversation. Logical conversation. What is the problem? What is the situation? And understand it, how it should be done, and what is the right logic, what is the right thing to do, right? Try to involve them into logical discussion. What is expected? What was the mistake? And whose mistake it was? And don't blame for mistake if they have done. And if you have done mistake, realize it and do the course correction. Like correct it. Don't get involved yourself into the argument or fight or get irritated. Don't yell back. That is going to aggravate the problem, rather it is going to fix it. Ask yourself when you are in that situation and you are getting that spur to yell back or handle that with anger. Ask yourself that do you have a visitor at home? Like, do you have the time when people visit your home? Do you treat them with food? Yes. Like he might reply, yes, we have a visitor and obviously we offer a lot of different treat, a lot of food, and what if they don't accept your food? What will you do? You might eat yourself, right? So it is very much valid even when they are coming to your home or coming to you with a yelling mindset, or they are angry and coming to you to yell at you. So what happens when you don't yell? Which means they are offering food, you are not taking it. So they are, and which eventually they are going to take that. So similarly, if they are angry and they are yelling at you and you don't respond in that same tone, they are going to eat that, their own anger, their own yellingness, all that they are going to do and take that negative energy by themselves. Like I said, a lot of times we are not at mistake. So allow them to come for a conversation, or just do not respond until they are angry or yelling at you. Give them time to get cooled down. And this is how Buddha teaching is in this direction. There is a very popular story where a person comes to Buddha and he was yelling at him due to some reason, and he was very angry on Buddha, and he just did not responded at that moment. And later he came up with a lot of questions like, do you have a guest at home? Or they come to your place and you treat them with the best food what you can afford. So he just got into conversation with the person who's angry on him, and he said that, look, you are very angry, and I guess this is not time to talk, but if we can discuss over some questions and you keep your ears and thought process on, we can talk about how anger can ravage our own possibility of getting something done. So other person was very much receptive, and he was very happy right after those discussions, after those questions, and eventually they got into discussion. Or sometimes silence is something which is a very important tool. Just don't respond until the moment is really very rude, very harsh. And when the situation cools down or subsided, that whole anger and that yelling subsided, I guess that is the time when you should restart the dialogue. Obviously, I'm not saying that don't postpone this conversation. It has reached to the state where other person is very angry, very annoyed, and he is using harsh and rude way to converse. Maybe just silence until he cools down, and then involve him or her into conversation, and then go with it. What is the coming? If whole conversation entails that there was some mistakes which was done by you, do the course correction, correct it. And if it is not, bring it to the logical conclusion that it is not your mistake, it is due to this, and offer help if you need. Do not talk to him or her rudely, do not use harsh words. Be very humble, be very kind to that person, and tell that if you really need my help, I'm ready to help you out. But this is something which was not done by me. I guess there is some other parameter which you would have explored, but it's good. Like, you're talking about it, so do that course correction and you'll get what you want, right? So all that is very important, and we must never forget loving mankind, right? Because if you go with the Buddha preaching or the values or virtue with what he possessed, he was very kind to any living species. So that is what we must practice. We must be very respected towards humankind or any living things. Treat them with care, treat them with respect, and use virtue, wiseness, and the smiling face to lead your conversation or to handle your conversation. I guess that was the thing, how we can deal with toxic people or there are another way, like if you are in a situation where things are not moving, bring out all the logical data which is supporting what you're saying, and come in an agreement where he is very much okay to go on that path, or you tell that, look, this is not my mistake, but I'm here to help you out, and come up with steps what you're going to do to get his aspiration or what he's looking for, and provide your help. And if both are in a consensus, I think that is a good approach to get going, right? But again, never ever reply a angry person or rude person or yelling person with anger, rudeness, harsh word, or yell back. It doesn't solve anything. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.